I always look high, bro. What's good? Greetings to y'all. Got to. The ego be trying to get me. Whew. Ooh-wee. Now you need to catch up. I want to smoke me a cigarette, right? I'm gonna hit that right quick, and then I'm gonna fire my blunt up while everybody coming in. Peace, sis. Greetings, greetings, greetings. We're gonna do some healing tonight. I know for me it's gonna be healing. Yeah. You know it, sis. Peace, sis. Yeah. We finna get it in tonight, y'all. I hope y'all ready. 'Cause I'm ready. What's good, bro? What it do, bro? What's up to all the guys and the goddesses up in the building tonight? Y'all know I'm a little high, but you know I'm gonna get it out. Alright, I'm gonna get started though. Let me find my blunt up first though. Might as well go on to get your tea, get your L's. You know it. Alright, I want to talk about, like I said, this is going to be some healing tonight. Because, you know, we just ain't going to never just really just be really done with healing. Just all about how you deal with it. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start from my transformation. Okay? And then we're going to get into the illusion of the bloodline. Then we just going to go. Okay? So, in the early parts of my journey of being conscious aware, right? In the midst of my journey, I end up conceiving my son. Okay? During that time of me being in conception of, you know, the pregnancy of my child, you know, during those terms of me being pregnant, I started going through a transformation. I started to wake up a little bit more, you know, basically just being more conscious, aware of who I am and basically the reflections of who we are, because there's many reflections of us here in these in this journey. We've had many multiple experiences, so we have many reflections. So dealing with the reflections of who I am, and we all go through the whole Black history, you know, of your story of who you are, empowerment. So during those times, I was learning about, you know, my reflections and who I am. And during that time also, my light came on. Because before my light came on, I used to think everything was about getting money, clubbing, being promiscuous. Okay? And I thought that was just what it was about life. Even in my 20s, my late 20s. You know, so when I came to with my son, I was able to be in a isolation period. Okay? And during this isolation period, I realized this is not what I want to endure my son into. Because it's got to be more than just this to me. It's got to be more than this in this experience. Okay? My worth is greater than that. But I got to keep going. Peace, God. Okay? Can't stay in that part of my journey. Because then I will will my son into that. And he would think that's just what this experience is about. I got more morals than that. I've seen it. So in the midst of me doing all of that, my blood family, they couldn't understand my transition. They couldn't understand that I wanted greater. That my greatness is beyond my conditions. I was loyal to people who weren't loyal to me. I was only beneficial to them. But regardless of what they thought, I kept going. Because I felt something different within myself that I've never felt before. Something I ain't never felt when I went to church either. No matter how much I prayed about it. So I knew what I was doing was filling the void that I had always had. I didn't want to be a part of the generational curses anymore. I didn't want to deal with people just because they're family. So I continued on my journey. And the more I continued on my journey, the more backlash I got, the more you crazy, the more she losing her mind, the more is, I don't know what's going on with her. My mama didn't know how to explain it to her. Because she didn't understand either. But one thing she did know is this was a 360. I had made a transformation in front of her eyes. Something that she never thought that I would ever do. Because I was so full of hate back then. I was destructive. I didn't give a fuck who was in my past. I was hurt. But regardless of what, I'm supposed to stick by family, right? But see, in the midst of me changing for the better, for not only me, but for my children and my nieces and my siblings and my mother, my father, those who've seen so much destructions in my eyes. To only be able to be able to understand that it's joy at the end of your storm. Now, we got family members who are our spiritual guides, and they are meant to be there. But you got some who are not. We take what we can from each other because we are each other's keys. They help me down. And those who doubted me and talk ill of me and don't know how to take me, but want to only speak bullshit over me, or try to anyway, which is you only speaking it over yourself, because you're not seeing the light that's right there in front of your eyes. So it was easy for me after a while to just, and now I can't even say detach, but I had to separate for a second, because that energy has to replenish itself. Now I say this to say this too. The spiritual family, I learned a lot from. And I also learned that there's those same reflections among some of you. And it's only because you haven't dealt with you. And just like my family, I had to detach. Because regardless of what, we all family regardless. We all one energy. So I had to separate myself from you for you can replenish. But when we try to do that, and when you try to stand in your light and you try to be positive about things, you always still have somebody still in their feelings, still in their emotions, when the feeling can be a mutual one. Because I'm not the one that's going to hold you down. I've been held down before by the illusion of the bloodline, by trying to stick by a family because they blood. Connection is family. That's your tribe. And it's many connections to this one energy. And sometimes we have to replenish ourselves. Everybody want to be love and light, yes. But don't nobody want to be real. We still have this process of still talking behind each other. Best. I don't get it. I'm not cut with that cloth. Especially when I know that you need some space to find yourself. Because we ain't lining up. I've been there before. I've done that before. And it ain't never worked. So that just lets me know that it don't matter about no bloodline or family. I don't have to deal with you, period. Because whether our connection is strong or not, it's up to me. That's my choice. Just like it's your choice too. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you. But what I'm not going to do is allow anybody to keep coming at me when I've only been quiet. Because I understand you. You fighting your own fucking demons. And at some point, I'm going to love and light and spank your ass. So this is what it is about today. Okay? Also that. No. It's only so much you can take sometimes. And you have to get it out your solar plexus. Out through your throat chakra. So you can heal and separate. I can't heal if I keep getting the same shit from family members. And I keep just, I keep trying to rise above it. And I keep trying to rise above other people that, we family. We all family. And I thought that, spiritual family was going to be the highest above bloodline. But it's just as dysfunctional. We still got a long way to go. How can you uplift someone? How can you help someone when you don't want to face your own reflections? That's why I say people do shit for a trend. They ain't really walking this walk. You might know the talk, but you ain't walking it. I do this for real. When I say I really love you, I love you. When I call you family, yeah, because you family. When I call you sis, I call you, that's really sis. You got motherfuckers out here calling you sis and they two-faced as fuck. Same thing with the guys. How are we going to move past this? We're supposed to be the highest of the highest, right? When it comes to being family. Because we understand connection. But how the fuck can we have real connection when we always still at odds? No, not for me. It's not for me. You come through with your journey, everything what it is. Including the light in other beings. To a point where you understand everything within them. And they hurt and they pain. And you understand that they got something that they deeply need to deal with. But you don't treat them no different than nobody else. Because you don't want nobody to do the same thing to you. How can you truly have a connection with someone when you always at odds? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I said I don't want to be a part of this shit no more. It's self-journey for me already. It's always have been. And I will uplift you to the most until I realize, okay, it's time for you to uplift yourself. I've gave you the keys. It's up to you to use them. And when you tell me that you want to do what you need to do for self, I respect that. I don't go behind your back and bash you. I don't go behind your back and talk shit about you. When I say I'm a real one, I'm a real one. I love for all. I done been through so much shit in my life being on my own. Dealing with family members, dealing with friends that I've grew up with, period, point blank. And it's my fault because my fault is that I try my best. I try my best to open up to people. And I try my best to allow, folks in my life, in my journey, without having no type of judgment, not being skeptical, because I know all of us have the light. I try. But it's been proven over and over and over again that what I was feeling was always right. No matter how much I try to be balanced, no much how much love I gave you or what I did for you, going over and beyond for you, I was still being treated like shit at the end of the day. I still was looking less than at the end of the day. No matter what I do or what we do in this journey, we ain't gonna go anywhere when it comes to that. That's why I say you attract your own tribe. And we gonna have some in the midst of getting in contact with our own tribes. But sometimes they might be still a part of your tribe. They just got to go their own way sometimes. And then come back. That means you got to grow up. You got to elevate. You got to hang yourself. Shit crazy. And divine feminine, let me say this before I get into that. Where? Come and get it. Where? I don't see it. I don't see that. I thought it was on the table. Excuse me, y'all. I don't see it in here. There's no charger piece in here. Alright. But let me say this before I get into this. The divine feeling. Because I got a lot of shit to say about this too. Okay? I apologize. To a sister of mine. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why I apologize to this and then we're going to get into it. I apologize because I tried to be one with someone that I was already one with with myself. I thought that the triple goddesses was supposed to be in a triangle figure with me, my sis, and somebody else. Okay? I can admit that. I can admit that. Okay? And I thought, this is the real sisterhood. This is what it's really about, because really it is what it's about. But I tried to make that a physical aspect. Pieces, you know, triple goddesses, okay? Which we all, let me get past this first. I try to, you know, make that a thing. But it was come to my realization that that's what's not what it's supposed to be. I knew I was going to figure it out because it was just too much unbalance in the situation. And I couldn't understand it. Because I'm like, this is just what it is. Okay? But it wasn't. I realized it was all my attention that I've already have that Trinity within me. And it was brought to my attention, self, that I knew that already that you still had some things that you needed to deal with. Such as myself too. And such as sis too. So I was kind of mind-boggling when everything was going the way it was going. I couldn't understand it. Because all I've ever tried to do is uplift. That's me. All I've ever tried to do is speak truth. That's me. You know? I've never tried to be no enemy of nobody. I've never tried to be a controller of nobody. I've never tried to be someone tell you just what to do. It's just we chiming into you because I look at you as a sister like I always do with anybody. But I realized that it was still some shit that we had to deal with. But I also realized that the Trinity lies within me. I never needed you for that. See, now I see the bigger picture. I didn't need that. I am the Trinity. Such as sis and such as you. But if you're not balanced within your Trinity to your oneness, you just suck. That lies in everybody. That's the Holy Trinity. I already had that, and I realized that when it came to my attention. Which made it easier for me to pull back and let you walk your walk, because that's what you needed to do. It's a self journey, right? But when I try to do that, I still feel your emotions. I've told you before, I can feel your energy. Just like you can feel mine. Because we had a real connection. You don't have that with everybody. Okay? So when I know that you are still bothered, yeah, you the one that didn't want to face your reflections, remember? Was it me? I wanted you to. The love is real. I still love you though. And I ain't never got to speak bad about you, baby. Sure don't. Whatever you put out shows who you are. That's your energy. It ain't mine. You got to be conscious enough to know what you're putting out. Because you're going to get what you attract. And sometimes you might just get the motherfucker who might need to just redirect your energy. Which takes me also to this. Goddesses. That's our problem. We always set the eyes against each other. Think we know every goddamn thing. We are so fucking stubborn. Everything is a competition between us. Down from the way we look, down from the way we live, down for what the fuck we got. We always in competition. No real sisterhood. But we want everything. How can you get what you deserve, what you're worth, if you're too stubborn? If you're too stubborn and you think you know everything, you don't want to listen to nobody. You don't even want to listen to your fucking sisters. Now, I've been there because I don't listen to motherfuckers either sometimes. That be my whole fucking ego. That's the ego talking shit. But I have to sit back and marinate, and I have to take heat on that shit. Because maybe I need to self-reflect on myself and the situations I'm in. The people who surrounding me. We all can relate. Our mama, our father has told us many things, and we've done what the fuck we wanted to do. Come on now. And end up like, damn, I should have listened. Remember, we energy. Our higher self goes through many of us. It would come through your fucking family. It would come through your father, your mother, to let you know, or anybody else that can be a stranger, to let you know you need to do this. We don't listen. Women are quick to point the finger at every fucking thing. I'm a testimony of that too. That's the angry black woman they talking about. Trust me, I don't be in a situation, I think I know it. I be like, I know what the hell I'm talking about. I tell my husband, I know what I'm saying. Next thing I know, I gotta sit my ass down. Because what I just said, he just kind of lied that I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Damn, you was right, hubby. You always want to be right. Trust me, I'm the first to admit. Trust me, I do. I be wanting to be right. But then I get a slice of that hummer pie. Sit your ass down now. And listen. How are we going to be unified with the divine energy? With divine feminine energy? How are we going to do this, goddesses? We always at odds with each other. How is sisterhood going to be real? If you still demise and talk shit about each other. Now trust me, I get angry. I say some shit too. I have to get it out. But I'll be the first to motherfucking come to you too. Sometimes I ain't even gonna waste my energy. I might just write a little post just to get it out. It'll get to you. You feel me? But my kids, off the chain. They be super, I swear they be flying in here. All you hear is bumps. Somebody don't got hurt. But yeah. How are we truly gonna be where we need to be? Now we got the divine feminine rising. They consciously is they aware, and that's great. But we can't just be conscious aware. Right, sis, that hurt does be reflected. I know we've all went through so much. I know I have too. Shit. I don't never want to face a lot of things, but I have to. That's what makes me great. I don't regret nothing either that happens in my life. I don't. Because I know it's just, that's what made me better today. I don't even blame anyone for anything that happened in my life. It's just hurt being passed down to hurt. Right, sis. Definitely not gonna do all that. So yeah, it's just like, the rise of the real triple goddesses or the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, the Christ energy is within yourself. It's within yourself. And that was my fault for thinking, that. I thought you was where we thought we was moving somewhere, but, we wasn't. And it's just because I had to understand that it's a lot of growth on all ends. And that's cool. I'm cool with that. But what I'm not gonna accept or take is a motherfucker talking shit about me when all I'm doing is living my life. I'm living in my best light. Okay? I'm not worried about that. I'm too grown for it. If that's what makes you feel better in that context. So yeah. Feminine energy, we got to get up out of that. I mean, we go so deep with it. Like it's just like everything is just. I don't know. It's just, it don't matter who you talk to sometimes. Somebody, even if it's just a one-on-one conversation, somebody gonna still be in their feelings, some kind of way. Or y'all can disagree, agree to disagree, but, and that should just be what it should be. That's a mutual feeling. But it shouldn't be taken above that or out of that, context where you still in your feelings and you still throwing shots. Like, and it's just like, whoa. I'm really trying to build a sister. I'm really for my sisters. No, this ain't no fake shit with me. No, this is real for me. I really walk in my Christ energy. Yeah, I do. I still have my days just like everybody else. But I still reflect that. I come back and reflect that in the light because I'm not going to live in that type of demise of being in hate. Or in my emotions. I'm not going to let nobody else dictate me either. No one's going to dictate my journey. One thing I've learned is, regardless of what, sometimes you can't ignore the connections for people because you know that those are the people that's supposed to be connected to you. But you still let people dictate you. Still do. So yeah, it doesn't, this whole bloodline shit, I don't, and with the whole bloodline also is, I understand why we're in the position as we are in right now. Because it all generates from the family. That illusion of the bloodline. Because we're supposed to be able to just take what family does to us, regardless of what, because we blood. Like, And that doesn't even make sense. Because even when you were early on, your child is wrong, you know that family is wrong. But then you have an elder telling you, regardless of what, it's family, you're supposed to deal with it. Or this family shit, let's not talk about it. We can't tell everybody what family talk about. They scared of what the family is going to be portrayed as. They don't want to expose the image of the family. But I didn't sign, well, I did sign up for it, I take that back. But I signed up for that part, but that wasn't my mission to stay there. And it's just all of us. Like, I didn't come here to be just connected to family and be in a certain frequency with family. Because condition starts with family. I supposed to came out of that box as well too. Because other people I'm going to meet in my journey will become extended family. That's family also. That's period. Okay? But just with blood family, the illusion of that shit, I don't have to deal with you, period. So that's blood or not. Because it don't matter if you're blood or not. If family. That's through connection. That's through the connection. So, and we have connections with many other people other than. So, on that note, if you got family members who considered you as a black sheep, you are the black sheep because you got the light. You have the light. You don't walk the same walk. Your journey was, when you came back into this, is to shine the light on these motherfuckers. Okay? Because it's time to just cut off that generational curse that's been going on. Somebody that's got to step into different lights and a different obstacles, something positive. I might go through the conditions of the family, but at the end of the day, I come up out of there and I'm shining. I'm not stuck in that. That's why you have a lot of football players or basketball players with that mindset. They not trying to stay stuck in the hood. If I can say that. You are worth more than that. And when you know that your power is more than just this physical bullshit, because we all know that this is an illusion, and your real true self is outside of this, you know how to walk in this journey. That's a new walk. The whole thing with Jesus walking on water is you shining light in your path. You're not walking around blind anymore. You're not allowing your conditions to lead you. You're taking over your conditions. Including the generational curses. So with all of that, we tend to allow that to happen when people come in our lives. We deal with certain people. You might have people that have a mate and they just deal with them. The crazy thing is, you don't already went through this lesson, so you knew what you're supposed to do from that. But you still put yourself in that same position. You just passed the board and you just set yourself back. That's with any relationship with anybody. So yeah, you have to stay in your Christ energy. You have to be the black sheep, be the light. No matter what they think, you know what's feeling good into you, what's feel good to you, you know what's feeding your soul. And you can't help but to feel it, because it's a very powerful feeling within you. But you keep going. And you come in contact with people who are on your frequency. And some of those who are on your frequency, you still tend to have to separate from them, because sometimes, like I said, energy gets tainted sometimes and you become unbalanced. So it has to replenish itself. But how the hell are we going to replenish the energy between in the conscious community if we always bashing each other? How is that going to work? But yeah, family. I know I'm rambling now, I think, but I got my points across, and that's all that matters. I ain't coming here to bash anybody, and I just give my experiences because we all learn from each other's experiences. And I done came a long way. A long way. You welcome, bro. You welcome, sis. I done came a long way. So what you see with me is what you get. Ain't nothing different from here behind the scenes or nothing. This is me all day. 24/7. Unless you strike a nerve with me. But other than that, shit. This is me all day. I love spreading love. I don't fake this shit for nobody. The picture you see of me is a real image. Now back then you might have seen some fucked up images of me. That ain't the real me. But today is the real me. And you either gonna love me or you're not. It's okay. I'ma still love you though. Because that's my peace. That's my healing. That's my truth. That's my elevation. That's my life. So, I'm about to get out of here, fam. I just want to, talk to y'all about that. Because I've been dealing with, I still go through healing too. And I still deal with stuff too. I got the self-work is never ending. It's a never ending story. Self-work is just never ending. So, yeah. I love y'all. And I will talk to y'all soon. Love, peace, and oneness.